Ready? Okay. One, two, three. My name is Mandy Lamb, and I'm a graphic designer for a living.
Perfect.
So I'm a graphic designer, and I work on brands, which can be anything from an individual person's brand to a company's brand. Sometimes people come to me and what they need is a video, or sometimes they come to me and they need a logo, or they need a print advertisement, or they need to create really interesting images that show what they do. So I feel like what I do is I try to create solutions with design, and there's no limit to what that could entail on a daily basis. I was thinking about this the other day, and I think I was very lucky in that I was one of those people that just had an inkling that this is what I wanted to do, and somehow I was correct. I was very lucky in that when I was in high school, I had a wonderful art teacher that gave us a lot of opportunities to work with different media. We really had a lot of unique opportunities. That teacher, Martha Kidwell, she inspired me to want to have a career in art. So I'm the type of artist that if somebody were to give me a completely blank canvas with no instruction or no direction, I would just I would be pretty blank myself. But what I really like is the challenge of someone saying, okay, here's a problem. Now solve it. Here are your parameters. And sometimes I like really tight parameters too, because that's where some of the creativity lies in trying to get around that. And that's kind of why I thought I would like to be a graphic designer. And I was just lucky that I think that that's what I studied. That's what I really took to, and that's what I love still to this day. But I feel very grateful that I chose something that I ended up sticking with, and I still love to this day, and I've created my own business and career around it. I had a Bachelor of Fine Art with a focus in graphic design. Well, I've always worked with really talented women that worked extremely hard and had work that the firms that I worked for they were really the talent behind the agencies that I worked for, but they didn't have the titles. They were never the creative director or the vice president, and they were never had ownership stake in the companies that they worked for. And so I saw that kind of going through the ranks. But I was also in a situation in my last firm that I worked for where I was basically told since I was a divorced woman that I was unfit for a business and being a partner in a business because I didn't have a second source of income to put into the business if the economy went bad. And this was a company that I had brought substantial growth and business to, and that really inspired me. When someone tells me I can't do something, that makes me fired up and want to do it even more. And so I went out and started my own company, and that was about this time last year. So the glass ceiling is you read about it, and there's studies on it every year, and there's always an income gap between women and men, and in multiple industries, not just the art industry, but it's a real thing. And we need more women out there who are ready to take a hammer to it. And I'm definitely one of those that wants it gone, because I have a 3-year-old daughter and I don't want her to experience that. And there have to be more women who are willing to do that. And so that's one thing that really inspires me to success, is that I don't have a backup plan. This is 100% what I do. This is how I make a living. This is how I support my child, and I can't fail. And it's one thing that really kind of fires me up every day, is when I think about somebody telling me that I can't do it. I just want to do it even more. So I guess my advice would be is that don't be disheartened by people telling you that, because there's always parents and professors and people that want to give you their sage advice that there's no way you could ever make your way in the world doing what I do, or doing what a lot of artists do every day. There's many different forms of art, but it is possible. And you just need to want it hard enough.